Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Market Briefing, market analysis, and financial news. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Market analysis, October 26, 2023. Markets are tumbling today as major tech companies like Meta, Alphabet, and Amazon reported disappointing earnings results. Nasdaq index futures sunk about 1% in pre-market trading, indicating traders are bearish on big tech stocks. Meta shares dropped 4% after the company said its fortunes are tied to an uncertain economic environment. Alphabet extended losses from Wednesday, falling another 2.3% due to weak cloud figures in its latest earnings report. Amazon slid 1.5% ahead of its own earnings release after the bell today. The negative sentiment spread to European and Asian equities as well, which saw steep losses. Investors fled to safe haven assets, strengthening the US dollar by 0.5% and boosting gold prices. The Japanese yen slid past 150 per dollar again, sparking speculation of potential currency intervention by the government. According to Paul de la Baume, an investment advisor at BNP Paribas Suisse SA, traders are opting to sell shares preemptively out of fear that market mood will deteriorate before improving. Disappointing earnings from major technology companies are making investors reevaluate sky-high valuations, especially with rising treasury yields in the backdrop. While the Nasdaq 100 is still up 31% year-to-date, there are now growing concerns about its vulnerability in a broader equities sell-off. In economic news, U.S. jobless claims and GDP data will be released later today alongside a European Central Bank policy decision. The ECB is expected to halt its streak of interest rate hikes after over a year. In corporate highlights, Unilever shares fell 2.7% as the company reported third-quarter sales just shy of estimates. Unilever said only 38% of businesses gained market share, the lowest ever, as consumers switch brands to save money. Advertising giant WPP plunged 3% after slashing its revenue growth outlook due to weak demand from the tech sector and China's economy. Mercedes-Benz declined 6% as the automaker reported a drop in third-quarter margins year-over-year. Rising component and labor costs due to inflation cut into profits even as average vehicle prices fell. Standard Chartered shares cratered 12% after the bank's third-quarter profit missed estimates, hurt by investment charges related to its China exposure. The wave of disappointing earnings and guidance cuts indicates businesses are feeling the effects of uncertain economies and high inflation. As recession fears mount, traders are getting increasingly risk-averse and pivoting out of high-growth tech names. The poor results from advertising and banking firms also show the downturn is broadening beyond just the tech sector. Before proceeding with our analysis, we would like to remind you that your support is very important to us. If you enjoy this video and find our content helpful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This helps us grow and provide you with even more quality content. Now, let's get back to the news on the financial markets and the latest updates. Major banks like Deutsche Bank and Standard Chartered are developing a system that could serve as an alternative to the SWIFT financial messaging system. The banks are testing a platform called the Universal Digital Payments Network, UDPN, that enables transactions between stablecoins, CBDCs, and other blockchain-based payment methods. UDPN aims to serve as a common messaging layer, similar to how SWIFT operates for traditional finance. It was built through a consortium of banks, financial institutions, and tech firms. The system instructs and facilitates payments across various networks from public blockchains to private CBDCs. In initial test cases, the banks have conducted transactions like transferring and swapping USDC stablecoins on UDPN. If adoption grows, the platform could significantly streamline cross-border payments and allow seamless interconnectivity between the emerging digital asset ecosystem and legacy finance. In other news, Sam Bankman-Fried's defense team wants him to testify about his knowledge of whether lawyers provided advice around parts of FTX's operations. His attorneys asked the judge to allow questioning around issues like FTX's auto-delete policies, opening new corporate entities, loans to executives, and more. The defense aims to argue Bankman-Fried did not intend fraud but rather depended on guidance from legal counsel in running the company. However, prosecutors allege some of those activities represent criminal intent. Allowing Bankman-Fried's testimony could shed light on his mindset and decision-making process as FTX collapsed. JP Morgan's digital token JPM Coin now handles a staggering $1 billion in transactions per day according to the bank's head of payments. JPM Coin facilitates blockchain-based wholesale payments between the bank's institutional clients. Initially supporting just US dollar transactions after its 2019 launch, the token added euro settlement earlier this year. JP Morgan plans to continue expanding support for more currencies and use cases over time. The rapid growth of JPM Coin highlights how legacy financial institutions are quickly adopting digital assets to streamline operations and settlement. The token's daily transaction volume exceeds many cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. In market news, Bitcoin is on track to post a golden cross pattern for the first time since February, which occurs when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. The crossover indicates strengthening upside momentum and often precedes major bull runs. Bitcoin has already rallied 30% in recent weeks back above $35,000. However, some on-chain metrics contradict the price rebound. The number of whale addresses holding 1,000 plus BTC remains near bear market lows despite Bitcoin's rising price. Typically, whale numbers increase during bull runs then decline as peaks near. The lack of an uptick suggests whales remain cautious about declaring a new bull cycle underway. While positive price action and technical patterns may point to growing optimism, underlying on-chain fundamentals still appear relatively weak. Investors should watch for confirmation from network activity before concluding a sustained Bitcoin reversal is guaranteed. For now, uncertainty persists in broader macro markets. Key events this week: European Central Bank interest rate decision. President Christine Lagarde holds news conference, Thursday. U.S. wholesale inventories, GDP, U.S. durable goods, initial jobless claims, pending home sales, Thursday. Intel, Amazon earnings, Thursday. China industrial profits, Friday. Japan Tokyo CPI, Friday. U.S. PCE deflator, personal spending, income, University of Michigan consumer sentiment, Friday. ExxonMobil earnings, Friday. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. The Stoxx Europe 600 fell 0.9% as of 10:07 a.m. London time. S&P 500 futures fell 0.6%. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.9%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.4%. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index fell 1.4%. The MSCI Emerging Markets Index fell 1.2%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index rose 0.2%. The euro fell 0.2% to $1.0543. The Japanese yen fell 0.1% to 150.40 per dollar. The offshore yuan was little changed at 7.3292 per dollar. The British pound fell 0.3% to $1.2080. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin fell 0.3% to $34,578.10. Ether rose 3.8% to $1,855.02. Bonds. The yield on 10-year treasuries was little changed at 4.95%. Germany's 10-year yield was little changed at 2.89%. Britain's 10-year yield was little changed at 4.61%. Commodities. Brent crude fell 0.6% to $89.62 a barrel. Spot gold rose 0.6% to $1,991.56 an ounce. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Market Briefing, market analysis and financial news. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more interesting news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.